Chilly sky crispy. Push the good ones away. I'm hanging out here.
Good morning, everybody. This is Chrissy with Everyday Tidbits. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit the bell notification so that you're notified every time I post. Follow me on Instagram at everyday_tidbits. I would love for you to be a part of my YouTube family. Please don't mind my hair. I am just starting a 12.5-hour day. We start at 6:45, but I was here at 6:30 checking the truck, and a job came in, so we have already had a job. We've already had a patient treat. It was an overdose. The police officers gave Narcan before we got there, and he was awake and alert when we got there, and we just took him to the hospital. It was uneventful, and the moral of the story is don't do drugs, okay? But anyway, my hair is already messed up because I pulled my hair covering over my hair, and I had to wear the respirator. It started off as a 54-degree crispy morning, and now it's like warming up. I just took a loop around the hospital parking lot, which is, I did about a mile, and I try to do 30 minutes of exercise a day. I'm trying to get miles in for the Apple Watch goal for the month. And for breakfast on my way in, I had a cold brew with a Premier Protein caramel protein shake in it, and now I'm going to eat a banana. So that's been the start of our day so far. It's my turn to drive today, so I will be trying to update you on the types of calls we've had today in between driving to and from and treating, obviously. My partner and I do every other chart. We take turns on whose day it is to drive. I usually like to drive on the first day in, and she drives the second day in. So today happens to be our first day in, so it's my day to drive, which doesn't give me a lot of downtime on the shift when it's my day to drive. But, you know, it is what it is. I get it over with, and tomorrow she gets to drive, and I'll get to relax a little bit more in the passenger seat. But for now, I'm just going to eat my banana. I'm going to turn the truck on for a hot second and blow some hot, cool air on me because I just did that lap around the parking lot, and I'm schwitzing a little bit. So anyway, thanks so much for being here. Like I said, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button down below and follow me on Instagram and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss anything. I do post content about my job as a paramedic on the Frontline. I post cleaning and life tips, vlogs, cooking, and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, please stick with me, and I would love to have you here as supporting me and part of my family. I have a complete video fail because I have been driving all day, so I have not been able to stop and vlog. So I will just tell you about the day. We had the overdose that I told you about, and then after that we had a older man who was initially okay, and then he passed out when the EMTs were bringing him out to the truck, and then he went to cardiac arrest. So he went to cardiac arrest. It was a code. I intubated the guy. My partner started an IV, and we wound up getting him back. He had pulses back. When we brought him back to the hospital, he was actually starting to breathe, so we had to give him, we got orders from our doctor for some ketamine, which is a sedative to help him just sedate him and take the tube and let us breathe for him because he was needing the assistance. So that was our next call after that. And then I went inside and I started watching. I finished a movie this morning, but in increments in between all these jobs. Every time I walked in and started the movie, we had to go back on a job. So I started and I finished The Wrong Missy, which was hilarious. Somebody recommended me that movie, and I thought it was great. It was funny. So if you haven't seen The Wrong Missy, I suggest you watch it. But it's not kid appropriate, so don't watch it around your kids. And then we got dispatched to a kid that fell in the pool, and he turned out to be okay. The EMTs on scene canceled us, so we were not needed for that one. Thank God the kid was okay. And then we came back all the way back up to our post, and then we got hit out for a unresponsive, which turned out to be a pronouncement. This poor lady, sometime between yesterday morning and in the afternoon today, she had passed away. So we went down and pronounced her. And how we do that is we usually take the monitor in, confirm asystole, which is a rhythm that is not shockable and not compatible with life. There was a lot of things that were signs that we look for: cold to the touch, asystole, lividity, and stuff like that, which is blood pooling, and that's how you can tell that someone is deceased, but the monitor actually confirms it. And then we call our doctor, and the doctor, we give a report to the doctor, our presentation of the patient, what we saw, what we found, what the monitor says, and then the doctor will give us a time for the pronouncement, and the police officers need that for their report. And then, they go from there with the person who is deceased. So we had that. And then we had a couple of cancels in between. And then we stopped at Target because my partner needed to pick up a few things. I ran in real quick just to look for outdoor stuff for my patio, and they were completely wiped out. I don't understand what's going on in the stores. It's like people are coming in and wiping everything out. This is not a normal occurrence. Like, usually I could find, I don't know, I was looking for something to hang on the wall, on the back of the house, and I didn't have that. So, but when we got back here, I did another mile around the parking lot, and I had 15 minutes to go on my ring for exercise, but I did close my move ring and I closed my stand ring. But I will probably wait until I get home to do the next 15 minutes by tidying up the house, getting in the shower, maybe walking on the treadmill for a couple of minutes, and then I will get my stand ring closed. It's very hard at work to close your exercise ring if it's hot out. There's only so much I can do around this parking lot without sweating, and I try not to sweat because I don't want to smell. I have this thing about smelling. If you watched what's in my work bag, I'll link that below. What's in my work bag, you will see that I have an arsenal of things that prevent me from smelling at work. I will never have a partner or somebody say, "Chrissy, you stink." I do everything in my power not to. So walking around the parking lot when it's hot is just a no-go, because I will sweat, and I'm not having that. So yeah, we have about a half hour until our relief comes in, but 45 minutes until we can actually punch out and leave. So right now we just made sure that the truck was okay for the night crew. I did the truck check in the morning, but then we had a couple of calls. So then towards the evening, my partner and I go through the truck just to make sure that it's good for the night crew. And so we just did that. I cleaned up the garbage in the truck, and now I'm just going to be sitting here and charging my phone. And I usually, go through Facebook, catch up on emails, stuff like that. And that's what I do on my downtime. We either do movies or walk around the parking lot or eat. For lunch I brought leftover pork loin that I made on the grill, some rice, some salad. And then in the afternoon I had a snack of carrots and hummus. I'm a creature of habit. I tend to bring the same snacks. Bananas, my eggs, my carrots and hummus. It works. It's easy. It's portable. I can take it with me. I can shove it here. I can put it in, in the door down there. So that way I have my snacks with me, and it's super convenient. So I'm just going to sit here and chill for a little bit and wait for the night crew. Today, it was busy because I was driving a lot, and our jobs were spread out. So there was a lot of driving involved. So I'm really tired. COVID is still prevalent, so we are still wearing respirators. You can see mine back there. It's hanging up. You can see it. COVID is still prevalent, so we are Darth Vader on every call, but I'm thankful. I'm actually really, really thankful because my supervisor came down today and brought us new filters, because when the filters go bad on those, you can't breathe. You can't breathe. You feel stifled. You suck air. You feel panicked. You feel like someone has a bag over your head. It's terrible. So we were very lucky that our supervisor came down today and replaced our filter. So I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. We were gowned up for that code, and COVID is still rampant. We're still scared of COVID, and it's not like it's gone away yet. So we usually have to wear these masks with each other in the truck and in our posts just to protect ourselves, which is a great policy because, like I said, my new employer really, really cares about us, and they have a lot of policies in place to protect us. And I appreciate it. But just so you all know, COVID is still out there and it's still prevalent and we're still scared. But now that it's summer and it's picking up, and I work in an area that is very, very highly populated in the summer due to tourists and people that come down to their beach homes. So the call volume is increasing. The kids have another week of school. It's going to get more and more busy. It's already getting busy, and our volume's going to pick up. So we're still protecting ourselves. I'm still coming home after every shift and going through the garage and putting my uniform right in the wash and disinfecting it with a hot cycle and detergent and sanitizing laundry detergent that I found. It's Clorox. I'm still doing that after every shift. My shoes don't come in the house. They get disinfected and in a bag in my car. Not in a bag, in a bin, so that the air can dry off the Lysol that I spray all over them at the end of my shift. So I'm still taking precautions. We're still scared. Us frontline workers, we are still in the midst of it. It's, maybe we have flattened the curve, but flatten the curve is good, but we are still the first ones to walk in someone's home, whether they have it, whether they know they have it, whether they don't know they have it. We still have to protect ourselves. So that's what we're dealing with still. It's just, it's a little less scary now that we have the proper PPE, but it's still terrifying if you don't know how to take it off and clean it without recontaminating yourself. So that's what we're dealing with. So I got out on time and now I'm home. I poured a glass of wine because I'm just stressed out. I need to unwind. Work stresses me out because of COVID, not because of my job. I absolutely love my job, but like I said, COVID is still prevalent and that's what stresses me out. So I came home, I threw my stuff in the wash, I wiped everything down, I got in the shower, poured myself a glass of wine, I'm gonna have some dinner, and then I'm probably gonna lay in my bed and watch TV because I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Between stress and driving, it just takes a toll. Thank you so much for listening to my story time. I really appreciate your support. I appreciate you being here. Please hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so that you're notified every time I post. Follow me on Instagram. I would love for you to be a part of my YouTube family. So I'm going to just finish up my food and then lay down. It's 8:20 and I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I don't know if you can see my eyes. They're like bloodshot. I'm so tired. Good night, everybody. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye. Good morning. It's day 2. I'm going to be better about updating you on calls and stuff today because I'm the passenger and not driving. But so far, we have come in and did the rig check, and now I am out doing some laps around the building property to try to get my steps in and get some exercise in before it gets too hot. It's supposed to be 86 degrees today, which is weird because yesterday was like 68, I think, but it's not that humid, which is great. And we had a cancel this morning. Immediately when I walked in, I went to go talk to the night crew, and they sent us on a job, and we got canceled when we were like halfway down the street. So that was good. We got time to come back, check the truck, and make sure everything was good. And now we are about to start our day. I will be doing a little bit of a walk, and then I'm gonna have my breakfast, which I'm sure you know, hard-boiled eggs and a banana, and finish up my coffee. So just gonna do my laps, and I'll be back in a little bit. The number one perk of our job is that we work down at the Jersey Shore, and in between jobs, we just got canceled to that SEIZURE, by the way. We can come to the beach and sniff fresh beach air. And it's absolutely gorgeous out today. No humidity yet. Like I said, it's supposed to be 86 today. However, right now it's like high 60s, no humidity, there's a nice breeze, and it's absolutely gorgeous out. So peep my scenery behind me. So beautiful, and the water's so calm today. I wish I was sitting on there with my bathing suit and not in a uniform. So. It's 11:39 and I am back at post. The one on the beach was the last job we had, and I watched the rest of my movie that I started yesterday. It's quite warm out, but it's not humid, so it's tolerable to be out here. I just wanted to show you what my hair looks like when I take it out of the rubber bands. I look like a lion. Roar! Just got canceled for a difficulty breathing on a elderly man. The BLS canceled us because they didn't need us, and then we got redirected for a seizure call for a teenager, and the BLS canceled us because we were too far away to catch up with them, and they were ready to go to the hospital. So now my partner and I are going to Wawa, which I've told you in previous videos is a paramedic's best friend because they're never closed. And we're gonna get strawberry, what the hell are they called? Strawberry smoothies. So that's where we're going now. I decided to be fat, not only get my strawberry smoothie, but I got a sweet cream cheese pretzel, which if you've never had one of these before, they are bomb. Back at Wawa, getting gas for our ambulance. And now they have these bougie, fancy Tesla electric car charging stations. Like, ooh la la, I drive a Tesla. No offense to anybody that's driving a Tesla out there. Just saying I'm jealous, that's all. Ooh la la, fancy. Okay, so our last call was a stroke. It was a elderly woman who was last seen normal about an hour before we got there. Her husband called. She was having trouble talking. There was no other issues that I saw. So I started an IV on her. I checked her sugar. I did a 12 lead. I did a whole ALS assessment, including a neuro. There's certain things that we look for when we are assessing somebody that is having a stroke. Common signs are slurred speech, arm drifting, altered mental status, trouble articulating, and we check her sugar because sometimes symptoms of a stroke could also mimic low blood sugar as well. So we just check the sugar to rule that out, and then we call ahead to the hospital so that they're waiting for us, and the patient will usually go right to the CAT scan. So that's what we did for our last patient. Call for the unconscious was a overdose, but luckily they were not unconscious. They just put a little something in their vape pen and wound up getting a little too high, but they were okay. We just rode them into the hospital, started an IV, checked their blood sugar, and make sure that, you know, their alteredness was not a blood sugar issue. We always have to rule things out, because if you're altered, it could be a lot of different things. It could be a stroke, it could be your sugar, it could be drugs, it could be any metabolic, whatever. So we do a lot of different tests on everybody who's altered. But we were told that this person was altered because of that, and he actually admitted it. So, yeah, so our last call was an overdose, and it was uneventful. But we're at the hospital now, and I'm waiting for my my partner to come out, and then we will head back to our post. Call was a little lady who was altered mental status. It came in as an unconscious, but she was awake. She just wasn't really responsive. She was awake, but she wasn't talking to us, so she was not herself per her family. So I just started an IV. I did a 12 lead. I checked her sugar, all that stuff to rule out why she might be altered, and all that stuff came back normal. So we just took her to the hospital, and that was it. Nice and easy, nice and simple job. And now I'm on my way home, and I am going to take a shower, decon my stuff, and eat some dinner, and then relax for the rest of the night. So I really appreciate you joining me today. Make sure you hit that bell, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so that you're notified every time I post. You can also follow me on Instagram at everyday_tidbits. I would love you to be a part of my family on social media, YouTube and Instagram, and your support means so much to me. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and with your help, I can get there. So any support you want to give me, I'd really appreciate it. And let me know in the comments if you'd like to see any other content as far as cooking, cleaning, crafts, shopping hauls, and more content about my job. I'm always open to suggestions, because I want to post stuff that you guys would like. So anyway, I'm going to drive now, and it's probably not a good idea that I talk on my phone while I'm doing that. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.